today we are playing Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. And we are part 5, I believe. It's part 5, it'll be in the title. So yeah. Hope you have fun watching. Of course I'll be trying to interact on chat if you're watching on Twitch. Hi to the froglets on YouTube and all that. Yeah. Doors just remind me though, I do need to do this. Door shut, there we go. My cat has literally only just woken up. So, yeah. I might get pestered. Let's start. Right, it's loading. We're on the Cake Gardens murders, I believe. Oh, and then we've got one more after this, and then we're done. And then we can play his turning. Which, so excited. I am really excited for his turning, but I'm also excited to finish this. I love this game so much. It's such... there you go, the Kew Gardens drama. No, but I absolutely love playing this game. Good game. If you've got Game Pass, it should be free on Game Pass. If not, this one is anyway. You've got to buy the rest of them, which I'm looking to buy. Oh, so that I can stream it to you all someday. Hopefully.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
I love this. They right, first of all, stay in there, cause guess who we got? Alright, Toby! Shift John. My remote's playing up again. Thought so. Charlie, have you been sat on my remote? Right. I think that sorted out the issue. Charlie's been messing around my remote.
Oh dear, Toby. I wasn't aware that you were Watson's new literary agent.
Alright, yeah, Toby's ripped up some of John's notes. Hi Charlie, what are you doing? She's crawling over me. So, yeah.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Oh yeah, I've got a letter. I love that. It's like just... where's the Queen? That's the question. This is from last week's stream. Mr. Holmes, I'm writing to inform you that the affair at the Abbey Grange, which took place almost half a year ago now, still resonates deeply in high society and remains a subject of much gossip. This case's romantic background has attracted many suitors who show willing to shelter and take pity on Lady Brackenstall. But to this day, she still serves a sentence with her maid Teresa and has rejected all offers of help. To be truthful, I suspect that the true motivation of these suitors may well be related to Sir Eustace's title and money. What do you think, Mr. Holmes? Sincerely yours, Inspector Lestrade. That makes a lot of sense.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Right, we might as well stop dawdling and get on with the case. Let's go to Kew Gardens. Charlie's watching my gameplay. Hi, Charlie. Hi, baby. She's like a little. She gets treated like a bloody princess. I swear to God. Oh yeah, you're a little princess. You have daddy doting on you. Partner Jamsy always dotes on it. It's bloody hilarious. Just shuffling up a bit. Don't give me that look. Taking a bit to... Okay, right, we're on now.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
I think she sat on my phone, chat. I can't... Can I have my phone, please? Thank you. You can stay where you are. Yeah. Right, I was just checking, because, like... Obviously. Oh, who's on? I see someone else is watching. Hi. Yeah, anyway, let's get to it. Hi, John.
What are we doing, Holmes?
Let us find someone who could help us.
Oh my God, this man, he'll be able to help.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glasshouse. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glasshouse.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Yeah,
Here
sorry.
it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes. Just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Alright, so we've got two things to do. Obviously, like, find out what the plants are and also examine the deck.
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
Alright, I'm trying to listen to that. I just want this to turn so tired. Alright, so just the audio. Is the audio fine now? Oh, I'm getting wrong up. I'm getting wrong. Hi.
Hello, my dear students. Hi. I don't know if you saw my message on your screen.
I did.
The audio is fine. The mic audio is fine. The game audio is really dropping for some reason. Like, Sherlock was sound like stop crying or something, you know?
Alright,
But it's not like Sherlock.
alright. Can you just keep checking it,
Oh, my stomach.
please? Can you just keep checking it? I can get him sort again.
One sec. I'm like in the middle of doing something. So.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna go. Ooh. Got footprints.
The traces are thinner in some places.
Because I'm trying to think if it's like something to do with my actual headset. Because it might be the fact that maybe my mic's catching my audio through my headphones.
I mean, I don't know where it could be. You check it. But I've just had to read my universal credit font again.
Oh my god.
Because
These bootmarks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
I'm in a wheelchair, love. That's too far. I can't get on a bloody
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
bus. It's just funny.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I'm currently trying to figure out how to make feathers for a fan, so.
I've got feathers for you.
Oh no, you don't know what feathers I need. Cosplay fan, darling. Out for they look kind of strange.
You always look strange.
Soil.
Let me show you.
It should have come from a flower pot.
Done it. Oh, so I'm officially homeless. I told you that.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
I don't know how I feel about it. Legally you're homeless, but you're also... Yeah.
The door was smashed at shoulder height.
Oh.
So that's why they're trying to get rid of me as soon as, because they don't have money while I'm funding.
Alright, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't know they can probably hear you right on stream.
I didn't know that, because I thought you muted your mic in all honesty, darling.
No, because I would probably have to pause the stream then.
Well,
I'll see if I can send it over to export it to an editing software or something.
that's fine, I don't mind.
Alright.
It's not a big bother.
This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
Mm.
It's just inconvenient.
Do you want to check my stream audio? Hi John, please.
I'm doing something wrong. I'm
Just check,
taking feathers out of the EVA file.
just check it when you can, okay? Love you, John. Alright, I'll see you later, Jamie.
You love me.
What?
Yeah, that's not now, darling.
I'm sorry. He is awesome and hilarious. He just had to cope with Sherlock and his bees.
This pot was broken fairly recently.
3 months night rent.
A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves
That
and was misplaced.
For the cabaret.
Yeah.
Like, they just decided that they wanted to do on stage band, so, like, you know, part of an act, and I was allowed to play bass. I thought it was the best tune I ever fucking had. I love how in my dreams I'm a bassist as well, like, it's fate. You know?
Yeah.
This doesn't look like sad. I mean, I'm gonna send it to the picture in a moment.
I'll mute my mic. Chat, I'm gonna mute my mic. Bye.
The esconsson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the colonial collection.
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent. These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire. This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture. The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Right, I'm back. Yeah, Jamsy was just talking about a feather. So yeah, sorry if that bit was like a bit thingy-old. Of course, like I was just wandering around for a bit while I was on call with me. Might put this through an editing software, but I'd have to figure out how to do that through Twitch. But I've been given full permission to put whatever phone call that is, as you've heard. Whatever happened on the phone call out to the world, so yeah.
These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Oh, that is suspicious.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Ooh, right, I'm just gonna check, because obviously on stream Jamie is discussing stuff with me. Jamie, I don't have red paint, and I don't think I'll be done in an hour. Right, okay, where do I need to go? I know you need a lot of red paint. I'll see what I can do. Okay, so obviously, oh no. Right, okay, so obviously the first one is breaking the door. Knocking over the pot. Is there any more sequence? Right, let's watch this. LT. Oh, you're building like an icon. You go do that, Jamie. How's my
No, it wasn't
thingy
like
audio?
that.
Right, no, it wasn't like that. Obviously, I've not gathered enough evidence. I see, right, if I talk to you now, can you just check? Please. I just guess it. Take that as a yes. Okay.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Right, how was that? Because I'm thinking, right, it might have something to do with my head, Mike. Right, okay, so...
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Obviously that can cause some detergent. See actually if there's any other stuff I've not investigated. Because we've stated that that was knocked over. Could be something else. Like the fact that this has been knocked over as well. I mean, have you seen that? Yeah, there's blood right there.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash, most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
There we go. Now we can do it. Right. Breaking open the door would be first, let's be honest. Knocking over the pot. And then falling on the fence. Right, let's have a look. There we go.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked? Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
Alright, so Jamie's left my stream. Of course he has. My cat's asleep. Oh, shoot. Sorry. My cat's asleep right next to me. I just have to look through the audio myself later on once I get this put out. I swear at this point I might just add subtitles. I think that would be the best way for now. I know it's a lot of reading, but there is subtitles in the game, so. But if my audio ends up being cut out, then I will end up having subtitles. The thing is, I could make this shorter, but like if I did that, then right, that gives us something, I guess. So we can go to Scotland Yard. Is there anything else? Find the stolen plans of the last exhibition, perform an autopsy. Right, let's do that. Let's go to Scotland Yard, see if they've got the body. There we go.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Now, what I might do, right, is connect a mic up to my speaker, and then, because I have speakers on my TV, but if I set it up where I can go closer to the TV, I could set up like that. Just need desk. There we
A
go.
beautiful feather pen of a good make.
To Mr. F. Wayne, director of Wayne and Sons Printing Company. My friend, your posters for the great exhibition at Kew Gardens are very beautiful, but it is surely unnecessary to mention all the stuff. Your posters for the Great Exhibition at Kew Gardens are very beautiful, but it is surely unnecessary to mention all of the staff. My name alone will be sufficient. Montague done. I'm really bad
This
at
watch is of
spelling.
great value.
Yay! Club card. Tesco club cards. Right, okay, what is this then?
A membership card for the London Crest Club.
I bet you Minecraft's a part of that club, let's be honest. Right, okay, let's go to the body. Of course, you know what, I might as well take this now. Obviously, this is full of blood and all that. Just watch with discretion, because there is a lot of gore within the series. I should probably say that at the start. It's not meant for younger audiences. I'd say at least 13 to 14 up. But then again, it depends on on you and what you can personally handle yourself. Because obviously, like, I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know what you can handle. So I can say 13, but some 13-year-olds might not like it. Because maybe they've had something happen, or they just generally can't cope with that stuff. So, yeah. This on YouTube, obviously, it's age restricted, so it won't be up on YouTube Kids, but it'll be up on YouTube. And what I've done is I've said, like, obviously it's not for kids, but don't limit it to an 18 plus audience, because like I'm not 18 plus. I'm 17. So but yeah, that's all I've said. So it'll all go through the YouTube algorithm. They'll see the game, but like, yeah, no, this is for this audience. Oh, they'll review part of the video.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination, so that we can proceed with the autopsy. There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse. The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma. No redness, stings, or bruises. Nothing suspicious here. Now, let us examine the internal organs. The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs. The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs. The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death. The lungs are congested and edematous. The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant. The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs. My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No. We also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Right, I'm gonna see mute. Yeah, I've just muted my mic while all that was happening. Just to see if that helps. So yeah,
What should we do next, Holmes?
should know what we do next. We investigate. No, I really need to catch up on Doctor Who. Oh, I'll do that tonight. I think I'm on. Yeah, I'm on the 12th Doctor. I've watched so much of video on Doctor.
Locked.
That. Lestrade, let me in. Let me in your office. I hate how you can't go into. Oh, I hate how you can't go into his office. Or like, you can't even go in it. That's the staff room. Can't even go in the staff room. I am a respectable detective. I might be a consultant detective, but I am respectable. I do my job efficiently, without any quarrels. Right, let's go back to Kew Gardens. I was right, bitch. Or it's just... Give me a moment while I just check the stream. Okay, my audio's a bit shit. I'll just turn it down a bit on mine because it might just be the mic because this is the cheap headset I'm wearing. Let's be honest. I'm gonna get a better headset when I get the money. Oh, life update! Legally changed my name. Woo! Now I've got a whole list to do because I've got it from my bank, which is fun. Turns out, obviously, anyone looking to change a name, and it can be any reason why someone's looking to change a name, like marriage, divorce, that stuff. Cost me like 58 quid. It's a lot of money, first of all. So yeah, you can, if you're looking to do it if you want to do it on your own, if you're 16. You can fill out you should be able to fill out the adult form if you live in the UK. I don't know how it works over in America. I just know how it works in the UK.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
As Deputy Director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
So we're investigating. I'm generally trying to see what the hell's wrong with my stream. Obviously for Ace Attorney, I shouldn't need the game audio. I think the game audio is cool though. So I probably will, but it will require a lot of voice acting. Which, I'm an actor, darling, so yay! Right, I've currently got to learn Scottish accent. I've got to learn how to do a German accent. Because tomorrow I've got a monologue to do. And it's got to be in an accent, so I'm doing it in Scottish. Because that was one of the options.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
And then I'm singing, I'm singing the song G Officer Crocky. And thinking I've got to do, I'm doing Arab's part and I've got to be able to do it in...
Locked.
Screw you. I've got to be able to do it in... Where have I got to do it in? What have I actually got to do? Okay. No, but I've got to be able to sing it in a German accent. So yeah. Obviously lots going on.
Locked.
It's lots, Watson.
Locked.
And that one's lots as well for some odd reason. Why do they just want to lock you out of places? That's my question. No, but what's going on now? Which is honestly not complaining. As an actor, you've got to be versatile. Obviously, if anyone's going into the industry because of money, just don't.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Hi. Hi, Albert.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only. I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then that is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man. He never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path. I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the Deputy Director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone, dismissively, with indifference.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Sorry. So obviously that's gone on. I do feel bad for him. Yeah, it makes sense. His dad's literally just died. I feel bad for him. He's got clean hands. So we don't really do much within the gardening.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Yeah, it was poison. That's no doubt about it. That is complete fact. Won't tell Albert.
Farmhouse.
Oh, this is nice. The thing is, like, you know, if he's boasting about it, it's giving you gardens free publicity. So I can understand if he's taking all the credit, and it seemed like he was through that letter.
Water lily greenhouse.
But he was still giving it free publicity.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
There we go. Let's have a look at the plant collection. I know this is the main thing we came to.
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
Do not touch.
Someone did touch them, didn't they? They bloody stole them and all. Some balloons there. Hi, Watson. Watson? Just move for a second.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
There we go. We've got a list of the stolen plants. Right, so we've got to find the stone plants. Find the plant that was used to kill Mr. McDonald with Kew gun, which is an experiment. Inspect Kew Garden staff. I believe it's an experiment anyway. Staff building, gather information. Find out kill Miss Model Rat's house. We'll do that in a bit. First of all, we could go through the little belongings. I think we'll go through the belongings first, in all honesty. This is pretty. A lot of cactuses here, obviously, it's like in good temperature. It's obviously they take good care of these plants.
There is a smell of burning.
Oh, something burning. What is it?
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Oh, that's suspicious. I'm gonna say this now, right? If you're having trouble, because I know the audio is a bit choppy and it will be on YouTube as well, just read the subtitles. That's the only thing I can suggest. Obviously, this shouldn't. If Ace Attorney, if my audio is fine, then I'll. Because all the characters, they don't have voices unless they like did the objections and all that. So what I'm gonna do is I'll voice act the characters. So yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, I'll just have to do that in all honesty. I'd do it here, but I'm not. There's a lot of characters to voice. And also it does have audio in it, so yeah, and I've got a lot to do this week as well. Like the accents. No, but obviously for Ace Attorney.
A broom handle was half burned. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. A protective mask. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
There's a lot of suspicious things in this fire.
The remains of a picture frame. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
Okay, that's a bit suspicious. Anyway, I think we might end up having Toby again for this case. Which will be fun. I like Toby, he's cool, he's a cute dog, he's a good boy. Okay, invisible barrier. No, but... Oh, that is she's really bad smoke. That is not going to be good for the plants.
Look, Holmes, this charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Let's go.
Nursery. Locked.
Not locked anymore. Free reign.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
John, I swear to God. I'm examining the plants. Oh, it's a bust. No, there was something that I found earlier, especially
I am
that bit.
curious if the marble that we found will fit. Here it is.
It fits.
The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection room is what they have in common.
So that might have been used.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
Well, knew it. I mean, I have played this game before, of course I've known it. I'm just gonna put this out there. I played Ace Attorney like 2, 3 times, I believe. It's really long, so I've not memorized it all. So obviously there's gonna be a lot of mistakes I'm making. They're like, oh, what do I do?
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
So cool. There's a work desk here. Okay, let's see what's on this desk.
A glasses case. It is empty. thesis, written by Martin Hamish. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
There we go. Some books here.
A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish. An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
I mean, good on him. Although I do not like the fact he's walking around so he owns the place. He's like, oh, I'm the deputy manager. He isn't. Don't lie to us.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
It's obvious he's passionate.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Just casually snooping around his office. No need to mind us. In these cabinets, anything even on the side of the cabinet so we can see. Right, I generally think that's everything. Might not be. Might be lines missing.
Locked.
It's not locked anymore. Where's the seed house? That was the nursery. We do need to go into the seed house. Where's the seed house? Oh, I didn't even check out these shelves, didn't I? No, just pots. And something under a sheet. Is that the seed house? Oh my god, it is.
Seed house.
We found the seed house. Wait.
Open.
Did he just said open? What the heck? Wait, what? I swear he just said open. Like, open sesame.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Would you happen to know why part of the Colonial Collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honour.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Honestly, I'm going to say this now because this does involve Miss White. There are themes of suicide in this, suicide attempts at least. I'm going to try and save her. Because, yeah, but there is a lot. She's got expensive perfume yet, poor family. That doesn't rack up. But there's something else. There has to be. Something about... We've got that she's poor. And yet she's wearing expensive perfume. And there's something else about her. Maybe something about clothes. Maybe a button's missing. She has a belt though. I am generally, there's something else. What is it? Oh, that makes sense. Unmarried. With the expensive perfume,
Thank you, miss.
I believe...
None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
I don't think it's Albert. I reckon it's Hamish, because I don't like Hamish that much. And he seems like a right idiot. Because he's walking around like he owns the place, and it's clear that he doesn't.
Water lily greenhouse. Palm house. Nursery. Seed house. Ventilation system. Dry tropics. Colonial collection. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. A map of Kew Gardens. Reserve.
No, but, no, I don't like Hamish that much. He seems suspicious.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Obviously, like, it has to be all ventilated, well, let's be honest. Right, okay, where do we go? Let's go out of here. And we should head to the offices, which are... What's that? Oh, just a map. An object of interest. No, let's go through this way, because we need to get out. And we need to go to the staff offices, which are right over here. Of course, screw Hamish, don't like him.
Locked.
It's not locked anymore. This is his office. Okay.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Right. Right, so he was rich. That much is very obvious.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
The Kew Gardens team are pleased to announce the successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to the cold. They have named it the Siberian barley. Mr. Martin Hamish, the proud cultivator of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning upon this very subject. Do you know something? Right, back in this set, that would have been written on a typewriter. Right, you have a look at all this now, all the words on it. Some of them, I've got a book about World War. Oh God, which one was it? I believe it's World War One. Yeah, it's World War One, and it's a volume. I've not got all the volumes. I really had to get hold of, but it was my granddad's, which he passed and my grandma passed, and then I got it. So my old history book, give me. I love history, me. I'm like my dad, lover of history. But okay. But we ended up, so yeah, but that would have been written on a typewriter. But some of the words, and that newspaper article would have been written on a typewriter, and those words as well. That my book was written on typewriter. You see the words, some of them would have actually been misprinted. So because they didn't have enough ink, so they'd have to re-put the ink onto the letters. Just like work. I'm a very historical person. I like history. Honestly, right back in high school. Because in the UK we have primary school. We go from nursery, reception, primary school, high school, and then college. So, yeah. And it's not grades, it's years. So you've got nursery, reception, year 1, year 2, year 3. No, year 1 and year 2, which is in the key stage 1. Key stage 2 is year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, and then you'd leave that to go to high school, or if the primary school had a high school, can join onto it, then brilliant. And then you'd have high school, which is year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, and year 11, and then you go into college, which is usually you spend 2 years in college, so that's year 12 and year 13, but I'm spending 3 years in college, so yeah. But high school, right, I loved history, but they always got me to read a book. I went to a Christian one at first. I had to read a book in front of lessons, and in my opinion, the book I was reading was much more interesting and gave me a lot more dopamine than the actual lesson. Then I got placed with a smile bank after when I transferred high school, and bloody hell, he was hilarious. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom, and wish you nothing but good luck. Montague Dunn. Oh, he owned her. Oh, he owned her. Oh, no, it's slavery. I'm not joking. I don't think it was slavery, because I believe he was like paying her parents and all that. I reckon she's got a crush on Albert though, let's be honest. You can see it.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Right, let's see if we... Oh god, this is the... You can tell, too. Gotta redo this again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and let's hope. Yes. Oh my god. Nah, but like, he's left now, right? In my second high school, right? He left this year. Last school year. So, in June, he just left because he said, right, he turned around and he's like, yeah, no, I'm done when I was there. And then he's like, I'm gonna do 1 more year and then I'm going. Because he was just so tired of like the system. I don't think he liked the education system that much. He didn't mind dealing with the kids, but some of them were a bit too much for him. And he was such a kind teacher, and I think some people just took advantage of that. But I know we had some girls in our class who wouldn't do the lesson, and he tried his best, but they wouldn't do it. But like, I'd always sit there and do his lesson, and if I struggled with it, he'd help me. And if I'm like, look, I'm really not in the mood to do this lesson at the moment, because he understood, like, because I'm currently getting tested for autism, and I'm currently in the end stages of getting tested. I've had my assessment. I'm just waiting on my mum to send a letter, and then I'm on a 2 more waiting list for that to go through, and then doctors can sit around the table and be like, have a look at the feedback, compare it, and then compare it to the assessment, and then think like, right, is this enough evidence that we have to diagnose this kid with autism? And then I'll have another appointment for say if I've got it or not. But I'm in the process of getting diagnosed for autism, and I'm pretty certain I have it. It's a very obvious. I don't want to say I do have it, because if I do, people might come for me saying like, because I know on TikTok and you got r/thingyyo and all that. I'm gonna say I do. What I'm gonna say is I do. I am treated as though I have autism in college, because I have the necessary evidence to say there is a high chance that I do have it. But I don't want to come online and just say I have autism, because I don't want people to think I'm faking or not, because that is a very, very scary thing for me. It's one thing I never say online. So I'm not diagnosed with autism, but there have been examples in my life where I've had meltdowns, where there's been food where I can't eat. So in primary school, I remember there was no food where I could eat. And what they do is they just make me a double-decker tuna sandwich, which was basically 3 pieces of bread, right? And you had tuna between them. It was so wonderful. I missed that time because I love that tuna. And I had to have a 5-minute lunch pass to leave less than 5 minutes earlier, just so I could go get my lunch, because I can't stand loud noises. And I have had 2, maybe more. There's been many instances where I've had meltdowns, but 2 of the most memorable are the ones where I got physically. I'm not a violent person at all, but when I do have a meltdown, and when it does get that bad, I do not take it out on people. But I have kicked in my door and ruined it. It doesn't shut it properly anymore. My brother punched it and it went right back into place, thank God. But couldn't properly shut my door in year 9 because I was so fed up. And this was because of high school. High school brought a lot of my burnout and my meltdowns. And then I remember I wanted to go home. I just couldn't cope with being in school, and they wouldn't let me go home, and I had a meltdown. I remember I kicked the glass. It didn't break. I ended up pushing over bins, kicking over bins, causing a right havoc, wandering around, and they sent me home because I couldn't cope with being there. But there have been instances where I've not been close to having a meltdown, but I've just been like, look, I've had a hard day, mister. like, sir, can I just please, I can't do this lesson. And he's completely understood that. Honestly, he was my most favourite teacher there, apart from Miss Coward and another teacher who was because Miss C, she was the head of CS, and she was such a lovely lady. I remember I got told this off my mate, but one of my teachers is called Mr. D. Because, right, dickhead. I remember I was so upset because something had happened. I'm not going to go into it, but he had a right go at me because I kept walking out of the classroom crying my eyes out because I was so worried. And I tried to go back into lesson. I thought, right, I need to stop, I need to go back into lesson before people start getting pissed off with me. Went back into lesson, ended up running right back out again because I was back into his again. I don't want to cry in front of my classmates. I find that incredibly embarrassing. And he came out while I was crying, while I've been in a state where I do not want to talk to anyone, instead of asking me like what's wrong and not hearing my response, saying, alright, okay, I can understand, like, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. Can you just follow me or something, or just to get someone down? No, he didn't do that. He called me rude. He's even called me selfish because I didn't want to go into a biology lesson when that biology lesson causes me to it was too loud. It was a constant argument between teachers and students, and I didn't want to cope with that because it was exam week, we had exams, and I would have rather gone to do sociology than biology, because I know I had biology in the bag, right? I might have only gotten a 43 in science, but I'm sorry, 43 to 43, I've had a shit life in high school. I'm gonna get it done. But we had a massive argument. I ended up going to CS. He called me selfish for that. I went up to CS, studied sociology. I was predicted to you. I got out with a 1, and that might not seem much as a brag, but I'd only been in sociology for just over a year, and I'd only learned one part of it. I was so proud of myself for getting that 1 when I was predicted to you in sociology. I was so bloody proud of myself. But no, he called me rude anyway. When I was sat outside crying, and I remember going to CS and talking to Miss Coward about it. And what she decided to do was, this is what I heard on my mate. My mate heard that I'd been a right go at Mr. D, and I'm just like, bro, oh my god. But when he called me selfish, I wrote him a letter. I remember the letter I wrote, and he looked at it, and he's like, I forgot his response, but it was some dickhead response, I'm not joking. I got this letter. But he was such a dickhead. He wasn't ahead of year and all, right? He knows. He has been given a doctor's note to say, yes, this child may potentially have autism. It's just like, bro, you know about this. You know about my shit in high school. I'm sorry if I'm bad mentally. I'm still bad mentally. I'm just getting better at it. Because I found that high school was just not my place, because in primary school I got picked on. I come home and I would go back into the school and I get picked on, I get bullied, and me being oblivious to it all, I'd act along with it, but some of the things he said would hurt me. It would hurt me mentally, and I'm just like, just get through it. I remember I'd hang around with the teachers a lot. People in primary school call me weird. I remember sitting at the table with one of the popular girls because it was assigned seating, and one of the lads were picking on me, and she turned around, she's like, can you stop picking on me? Like, if you actually get the chance to know him, you find that he's a really nice person. And yeah, and then high school, it was more verbal and physical assaults that I'd put up with. And that was at Christian High School. I came out as transgender. I remember, God, I remember so much. Obviously, coming out as transgender again at high school, Christian High School, they didn't accept it. I couldn't get my name changed on the register without getting parents' email, and then I had to get a doctor's note accordingly. I ended up leaving there after getting bullied, went to my new high school. I mean, I got out, I didn't get out with 4s in any sense. The highest I got was a 3, because 4's a passing grade, but I did my best in the GCSEs. I might have had a few meltdowns in lessons and outside of lessons and skipped a lot of classes, but even though I did that, at least I can say, considering how I was back then, I did my best. And I had a lot of support. I'm not joking, right? My head of pastoral would just turn around to me, come sit. What, Rennie, are you walking around the corridors? I'd be like, yeah. She's like, come sit in my office. Because she knew I didn't want to go to lesson, because it was a lesson that I didn't like. But she just let me sit in her office. And it was so relaxing. I didn't have to not be myself. I didn't have to keep masking. And then, as soon as I got to college, I got a lot more freedom, and that's helped me. It's helped me stay in lessons and all that. I had a conversation with my tutor, and she turned around to me and just like, if people actually got to know you, because she spent a whole year with me last year in college, because she was my tutor. Because I was on level 2 and she's the main tutor for level 2, and I remember she is the person I can go to, and if I need a hug, she'll always be there, and if I just need to talk, she'll always be there, and she's such an amazing person. But she turned around to me recently and she's like, I think people don't actually realise how nice you are, and it's like, well, I think I'm a nice person at least, and I'm not scared to voice my opinion. Sometimes I say things out of line, sometimes I can upset my friends without thinking, and that just hurts, because I don't want to upset them. I don't mean to upset them, but sometimes I do. But it's something that I've just got to apologise for and hope they forgive me. But I think it's just, people view me as a weird person. I've always been a weird person, and that's just followed me around throughout my entire life. God, I'm trauma dumping on my fucking stream here. Oh my god. But no, she's... Honestly, some people in this world are cruel. Downright horrible. I mean, currently my partner, Jamsey, he's in the same college as me, and he's getting picked on by a girl. And it's like, she just keeps giving him stares, and it's like, look, I understand he's disabled, but you don't do that. The thing is about me is that I can be kind. I struggle to be not kind. I can bitch someone out, but I'm too scared to. But I have had a lot of friends, and a lot of those friends have taken how I am for granted. I had my first ex was a complete narcissist, and I remember one thing I've always thought about is being left behind, I guess, and which is a thing from primary school, where I just, year 6, two of my friends, my best friend, she's still my best friend now, first friend, barely speak anymore, but they go off together and play games, saying they need to have a conversation, it's private, and they don't want me involved, and they go and play games, and that's where my fear of being left behind is from. yeah, high school's rough. God, this rant's probably been going on for long. I do apologise, obviously. You want to skip it, it's fine. I do want to get back onto this. Best not to stop. I have a cat now anyway, so life is fine, isn't it, Charlie? And, well, I'm in college, so fuck the haters, am I right? I'm iconic, and they just can't see that. I'm really not that ego-disco, don't worry. Dear friend, please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your latest letter. I'm paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Kew Gardens is a royal institution. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world and to save the most extraordinary, precious, and rare species of plants. Our duty is to protect such species, and from those who might wish to use them for dubious purposes. This divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 14, 1889, so I must respectfully ask you to once again notarise the permission of these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. P.S. If you see boodles on Tuesday... If you see boodles on Tuesday, as always, until I'm gonna read them. Well, Mr. Dawn, we must ask you for the last time for the return of our dear sisters. You do not have any right to hold them in prison. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are wholly false. You are hiding behind lies. The lie, we need not elaborate, was reported in the press as the case of June 14, 1889. What you have done is quite abhorrent. Be very sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trusted you, and regret having done so. The Divine Syndicate. Okay, there's a lot from the Divine Syndicate.
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
That Miss Margaret White to Mr. Mondono the rental of a suite of rooms at Oxford Street, an educational scholarship at the London University, credits open at Hamilton, Reagan House tailors at Bard Street Luxury Jewellers. Oh. No, but I do apologise for that rant. I am just gonna say this now, right? I've been through a shit ton. Partner, he's been through a lot more, but you know, despite all that, I've always found myself helping people. And honestly, if you lot wish to chat to me about stuff, then you're more than welcome to. I don't care if you try and dump in the comments. I'll read them. I'll offer you the best advice. I seem to be very good at that.
Locked.
It's open now. Oh, there's a lot in here, and I like it.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
The employee's cloakroom.
Okay, is there anything else? Oh my god. It's a university book.
A botany book.
Oh my god, guess who's off it? Guess who's this? I knew it!
This student's book belongs to Albert.
for the people out there struggling, it gets better. I honestly believe that. I believe in fate, and I believe fate has something in store for everyone. And that whoever's hurt you, fate will deal with it, and karma will be coming.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
John, I love you, but like, will you move?
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
John with that little dick.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Yeah, he's probably jealous.
I don't hear anything.
Of course, because you've not put anything in it, you dumbass. Right, let's wait to turn the handle. Okay. Why don't we listen to these?
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments, plants to respond to their environment and have formed consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Martin Hamich's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
That makes sense. Nah, but it does get better. Always will do. You just gotta wait. Like, my life isn't better yet. There's a lot of bitchiness. A lot of girls in college who think they're still back in high school. It's like, you're not back in high school. This is college. You have been here for not 1 year because you was on level 2 with me, but for 2 years. Stop acting like you're in college. Like you're in high school. Some people just need to chill. Oh my god.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
I'm just gonna say this man has good eyesight.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
Gold dust. Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in the botanical garden?
The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Ah, we got Toby! We're gonna get Toby! Sorry, I love Toby. I love him so much. He's so cute.
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
We're just like, yes, lockpicking may be a crime, but we still do it for fun. Okay, where's the gold? This one right here, thank you. Okay, right, where would I no, right here. No, because that needs to connect. There needs to be a line on one. There it is, there's a line. There's a line, we found the line. That's perfect. This green stuff is perfect. Just gotta get this brown stuff in order. Right, let's rotate all. How do you rotate all? Yeah. I'm still trying to invest myself with the controls. Okay. Okay, what isn't in order? Is it that? Got it. We got it, lads. Open.
Open.
Haha. Oh, I just says open. Okay, that was just a cloakroom. Got Margaret, Miss White's locker, Hamish, and Albert's.
Martin Hamish's locker.
Let's have a look at what you're hiding.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Charlie just did a little stretch. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens obliged me to renew my application for the management position. As I've stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. But now the Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency, so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead, and free my mind from this uncertainty. That is something that is a damn monologue, if I do. Oh my god. I could just do a monologue from this. Sorry.
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces. Father and I, Kew Gardens.
So it's obvious he's had a passion for it. Let's go to Albert's locker.
Albert's locker.
He likes ships. That side of his locker looks extremely dull.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
Found it.
A picture of Miss White and Albert in front of the University of London.
Well, they seem to get along.
He loves them. He loves her. Oh my god.
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry examinations, we are unable to invite you into the Royal Navy School. Your father, Mr. Montague Dunn, has expressed his intention to entrust to you the directorship of the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew, and it is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept all our best wishes for your future at Kew Gardens. Yours faithfully, G.M. the Marchant, Director of the Royal Navy Training Centre. I guess it makes sense because it's his son and all that, but like, still, I'm sorry, like, if I would just honestly end up begging my dad. Let's be honest, my brother would do it. If my dad ran like a coaching team or some shit, and he owned it, I don't even know, but still, like let your kids follow their dreams, and yeah. Right,
Miss White's locker.
This one should be very interesting. She's got a hat, she's got a request, a diploma, and a jewellery box.
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student.
Oh, okay.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
Oh, that's cute. She's got
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
I'm gonna say this now. I have got a purse so similar to that one. It's black. It used to be my nan's, honestly, right? And there should be a little, yeah. It has like a little chain attached to it, and so like you hold it on your wrist or something like that. But my nin used to have one, and oh my god, I've still got it. I've got my nin's one. Margaret, we were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all these years that have passed since you left without any thought of us? You have never shared with us any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Yet we are modest people. But you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done, and none of us ever compromise their reputation, as it appears you have already done with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed, your parents. That is an upsetting letter to reveal off your parents, I'm sorry. Dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I will consider it an honour if you might accept my help. Your devoted servant, Albert. He loved her. He loved her. He loved her. He loved that woman. He loved that woman. I'm telling you that now.
The letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Okay. Bro, let me read that letter. He was rejected. Dear Mother and Father, I am writing this letter with reluctance to ask for your help. My studies and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I had anticipated. I fear, therefore, that I may not be able to manage in the long term. I know that we have had our disagreements in the past, but would you be so heartless to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money? Margaret. And was, yeah. So she's asked the parents why she's stuck, and he's helping her. He loves her. I'm sorry. Who would do that for right, miss? Margaret White's studies and social reputation were completely dependent on Mortgage Dunn's right. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Right, Alva's ambitions. Margaret White's, yeah, before I got one, it's this one. Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. Montague Dunn was planning to release Miss White from her position at Kew Gardens. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think she's guilty, though. I do not think she's guilty. Right. Yeah, those three don't go together. No, but I don't think she's guilty. She doesn't seem guilty. I'm still on Hamish's trail because I don't like him. He seems to be such an arsehole. Okay. Can I talk to you? I can.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh yes, he forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the clean-up. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently. Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
But I'm not joking, he seems so fucking guilty. Let's go to the seed house. Should we go Albert? Albert! Where's Albert? Albert! He's in that room, isn't he? Yeah, he bloody is, isn't he? He's in there. He's right near, isn't he? Albert! Albert, we heard about your little crush! He has a fucking crush on her, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Right, let's talk to him.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. There's never been about anything else.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Oh, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
I feel well sorry for him, because he had like such... Right, Albert's Hamish's anger. And the new director. Okay. Mind Hamish has motive. He believed that he and his father's lives had been ruined by Dunn, who had been taking the credit for all their work. Hamish was to take over the directorship of Kew Gardens, but he knew that would not possibly be possible with Dunn still alive. Yeah, he's freaking... Albert had motive to kill his father, Madeline spotted Jim join the man by killing his father. Albert could revenge. He could, both of them have motive, but I don't... Thing is, Albert does seem grief-stricken. I'm still not got anything, but he seems grief-stricken by his father's thing, you know, and his personality. I'm really bad at reading personalities, but considering I've been through this, I generally do not know who killed him. But I have been through this twice, and I do not think he's the murderer. And I think John's just checking stuff out in there. But I think his love for Miss White is the one thing keeping him in this place. It makes a lot of sense. It's nursery. Sorry, John, you're gonna have to run this way because this is the seed. This is the seed house. Because that's a nursery. There we go. Go on. Start.
Kew Gardens is such an exciting place. Wouldn't you agree? Poor Mr. Montague Dunn. It is so awful.
So we can't talk to her. Okay, what else can we do? We've got to find the stone plants, find the plant that was used to kill, find who killed. Use Toby's. Right, so we do need to go back to Baker Street anyway, so let us go. Hi, Charlie. I don't think it was Albert, though. I don't think it was Miss White either. I do believe it was Hamish. He has a lot more motive. Because the thing is, right, Albert's motive is obviously the fact that he didn't get into Naval College, but it's obvious Albert has fallen in love with Miss White, so he might think, like, even though I can't go to the Navy, at least I'm here with someone I love, and at least I've got a chance to be with her. Him, on the other hand, it's just, yeah. I know I can easily pull up the map, I just prefer doing it this way. Oh, I'm gonna get Kew Gardens. I need to go back to Baker Street. Can I have my wallet, please? Thank you, baby. You licked my wallet. Big yawn. Yawn. Need a big yawn. Charge just up beside me. Grooming his tail. Right, okay, right, so we need to go to research. We've got a lot of stuff to research. Right, so a list of exotic plants. Right, let's go. Oh, what? We need to open Wikipedia. Economics, rural, Das Capital. Why not dynamite?
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need.
Medicine. Botany. These plants have a certain toxicity in common mother's very. Do you know Cavo? Yeah. Candida flora, Prunus. I don't know how to say these names. Only the first fruits can be dangerous to humans, particularly Florum diabolica, but in very specific conditions. The plant should react to a process of aggression, against which it will issue deadly spores.
Here it is.
Right, we found that. We've got to search the symbol of the broken pots. Divine Syndicate, I believe it is. Let's have a look. Oh, it does bring up actually 1889, is it?
That is not the one I need.
Okay. There we
Here
go.
it is. The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
June 14, 1998. Oh, wrong one. (1888). I keep reading it. 1998. The Divine Syndicate Club followers of the God King Tree One, situated on 48 Grosvenor Street, Carlton Road, protectors of plants and more particularly trees, are currently the subject of an administrative investigation. The leaders of this organisation are suspected of financial malfeasance, and it may be that this investigation will lead to charges of judiciary. Meanwhile, many voices have risen high against this denouncing the state. In fact, this private organisation, which has given its goal the defence and protection of nature, and which incorporates many persons of influence, including political representatives of the opposition party.
Here it is.
We've got it.
And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time to find out what they have against Montague Dunn.
Right, so we can do that. I'm certain there's something to know that it's not. John, stop staring at that woman.
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do.
Come on.
Let us go to Kew Gardens.
Come on, Toby. I'm taking you out. We're going out. We're going out. We're going to Kew Gardens. Oh my god, I just want. Thank you. Charlie, I've taken Toby. Charlie doesn't give two shits. But John with us. He's such a good boy. Honestly, I do love how this is like the second class case. Might do this case later on today or tomorrow after college. I might leave it until Friday night or Saturday, and then I might do another stream introducing Ace Attorney to you all. Some of the cases will be more than one part, because they're like 5 hours long. I'd have to reserve a day and hope Mum doesn't interrupt me. I make myself tea. But what I'm planning to do for that is doing the case name.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance.
I'm going to put the names of the cases and then like power.
Search, Toby. Search.
Come on, Toby. We are searching. Oh my, let me on. Toby can open doors. They taught him how to open the doors. I love this. Like, look how cute he is. He's so adorable. Come on, Toby. Come on, Eileen. Oh, swear, da da da. Come on, Toby. Come on, Toby. Come on, Toby. No, generally love Toby.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found.
Oh my god. Oh, it's a hidden bottle.
This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was buried here. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes, a tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Sorry about that. I love Toby so much. Right, we've done fetch Toby. Let's go back to, I'm just going to use the map for this, Baker Street. I'm going to run the experiment, go to the Divine Syndicate. Oh, and do some deduction crime at Baker Street. Why not? Bro, smoking his pipe. You get lung cancer from that. Can't say anything. I'm gonna say this right now, you know, obviously can't stop you from vaping, can't stop you from smoking, but just don't do it, it's bad for you. Obviously I'm a hypocrite with the vaping, but they are bad for, and the smoking, they are bad for you, just don't do it. Also, no one's gonna stop you from drinking alcohol, but just do be so careful. You gotta be so careful with alcohol, I'm not even joking. You don't know, like, what. If you don't know how to cope with your alcohol, at least make
Let
sure.
us determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis.
But if you are gonna, like, drink. Make sure you're at least around an adult or someone who has drunk before, because, you know, it's safer. I don't get peer pressured into doing it.
A colourless, water-based liquid. Quite a strong floral aroma.
Holmes? What are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
So what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens.
I'm just gonna say this, I love that folks. It's just like, well, there's a doctor nearby, so let's drink it. It might be poisonous, but it's for the sake of science.
Let us determine just what we have found here. Small colourless crystals. Colourless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water, with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
Of course. Here you are. Holmes, do you know what it is?
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. I need to take a...
Right, you know what? I better turn the Bunsen burner off. Oh, no. I want to turn the Bunsen burner off. Right, where are we putting that? Putting that in there? Yeah, we're putting it in here. Turn the Bunsen... You can't even turn it off. That is incredible. You should be able to turn that off. Bro's gonna burn himself. I do like the fire though.
Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
Right, so we've done that. What have we got to do now? Right, make some deductions if we can. Deadly plants stolen and poisoning. That would make a lot of sense. The killers may be the ones who stole the exotic plants and deadly species from their last exhibit of Kew Gardens. I don't think there's any more deductions in that. Obviously, there's going to be more deductions, but yeah. I might start a TikTok account for my cat. Honestly, she's just so adorable. The world needs to know about her. She's so hilarious, though, right? She has a box of which she sits
This
in.
place is beautiful, Holmes. Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
Let us find someone who could help us.
But and she has a cooling mat, so she doesn't need to go under the bed to stay cool. And she even has like a little cat tree. Like, we spoil her. I swear to God, I need to get her a new she don't like lasers, but you know these the ones on the sticks with feathers at the end. Got one for £1. She's tried it already, but she does like it. It's very stimulating for her. It's a very lazy day for her.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I am exalting the sap. A while can you wait? From the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient geotropism it depends. Therefore, please, mind my gravitropism. Its balance, do not disturb.
Disturbed is most definitely the word.
Completed is the symbiosis. Welcome you are. To introduce myself I shall. I am the Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic himself.
This is me. Who am I speaking to?
We are two gentlemen who are extremely interested in the vegetation philosophy that is advocated by this establishment.
Listening to you, I am.
Before I move any further, he sounds a bit like Yoda, but he also sounds. There's someone from Ace Attorney. I don't know the name. I can't picture them, but I swear. Well, I've just pictured them. Oh God, who was it? No, there's someone from Ace Attorney, right, who speaks like him. And I'm trying to think, and it's just going, I swear they're from Ace Attorney, but it's just, who is it? There's someone, and I don't know who. I'm going to try and think about it. Wow, he's talking, honestly. Oh, I'm trying to think. It's really hard.
We should like to take a look around, to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis, the divine scholastic syndicate for vegetation veneration and meditation. You may say, the divine syndicate. Glory to the eukaryotic. Only true devotees, those whose hearts are ready to spermatophise in sharing of knowledge, are permitted to physically enter our vegetable kingdom and its wisdom. And to be permitted, you must earn it, yes.
Green Grand Mystic, we are ready to become devotees and gain access to your temple.
What is the name of our Lord, our God King?
Our God King's name is Trewan, Green Grand Mystic.
Oh, la. Good, good. I like you. Here is the holy key to the wisdom place. Holy donation, can you make whenever you so wish?
Thank you so much.
I pray you to taste our fertilizer substance. From the burdens of life, it helps to free.
But of course.
Raw sap, it is called. It is near the entrance.
We visited Kew Gardens, and we found your symbols on their flower pots.
Coincidence, I am thinking. They would scavenge our refuse. It would not surprise me.
It was merely an observation.
Right, I'm still trying to find the character. But yeah, I'm certain it's a side character, and they've been on the witness stand. They have definitely been. Any witnesses?
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
I'm so trying to think of who it is. It might not even be from his surname. God. But I swear it is though. Oh my God, who is it? Hi, John's just there watching, but who are you? I'm like, oh, there's a bone. I'm genuinely trying to think who it is. Let's go up here. Door. Windows. Could be something. So it goes over here, but if you keep going. Maybe the bells? Okay, so it's something to do with this area. There it is. There it is. Found it.
A fragment of a flower pot. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
God, who is it? Oh,
The Kew Gardens symbol.
right. We've made a definite connection now because they had a pop from there, from here, and these are pop from here. Who is it? Oh my God, is it from oh, what's it? Turnabout Samurai. There's two people, and it's either the yeah, whatever. I need the right. It was not when you're back. It was not when you're back. Back in court, when you're back. Right. Who was it? I'm generally trying to think of who it is. It's so. I believe it might be annoying me a bit. Of who it is, in all honesty. It might be. It might not be. But oh, let me open it. Thank you. But But I'm also thinking of Alistair, so it could be from Has Been Hotel.
That should be the raw sap that the Green Grand Mystic spoke of.
Just gonna say.
This is rather delicious, and of an excellent quality.
My word, Holmes. Their sap is like a form of cocaine.
Ooh, everything's... I'm not joking. How can he walk around like that? I'm just gonna say it now, never take cocaine. Never take any kind of drugs. Not good for you.
The list of plant friends and benefactors. Lawyers, well-known manufacturers, political leaders.
Who's on it? St. Alton Store, A. Spencer, Stapleton, Mackenzie, Sherlock. Okay. I'll have a look through that door later. See if he's got anything to say.
You came to make a donation? Glory to Treewan!
This must be Treewan, the Divine Syndicate's god.
That makes a lot of sense. Why did you just look away? Right, okay, there's candles. And there's a room.
This door is locked, but I can try to open it.
Oh, I just knocked my mic. I'm well trying to think of that character. Thing is, it could be that really creepy guy. Okay, is this... No, it's not altogether right. So first of all, why don't we put this together? Right, so first, right, let's sort this out. It's obviously it's got to connect. No doubt about that. I could connect there. Right, so we can do that. Oh no, that can't connect there. No, cool. Right, so that makes a lot of sense for it to be connected there. Right, now that makes a lot of sense now. So now it's just this green bit, of which we've got to sort out. Which probably just goes here, let's be honest. There we go. It's easy.
These instruments are used for smoking opium.
Oops. Yeah, no wonder they're under investigation.
This substance is an alkaloid, the same as in the bottle we found in the bushes at Kew Gardens. This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
I'm still trying. Oh, it's gonna kill me. Thing is, he sounds like Yoda, but he also sounds like another character. But it could be the defendant in the Turnabout Samurai. But it also couldn't be, because he's very shy. He's more like Yoda.
That would be enough to perform the most difficult of chemical experiments.
Looks like they're already doing a bloody experiment. Have you seen this? Right, so they're burning that out, and that's got some like water in it, and it goes up there.
A A vast amount of opium.
So they're using this religious thing to thingo opium. Isn't that fun? I guess. Stop doing opium. I swear to God, it is not good for you. No wonder you police want to raid this place. I agree with the police. They get straight on this. He'd have fun with a drugs bust. After he did it to Sherlock. It's like, what you doing is that it's a drug bust. I know I'm laughing, but I bloody love that bit. Lestrade is just an icon. Lestrade is just an icon. Right, there's something in here. There's something I've got to do. And I reckon these lot are still. There is another room actually. I know that for a fact. But where can I find this other room? I love it. You could just stand and watch him. Oh, praise the tree god. Honestly. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh my god, here's the plants. Found them.
These 3 plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition. I shall take them.
That should be all we need. But, you know, no harm in looking around a bit more. Especially when there's yummy plants for my bees, which I've gone now. John left the window open, it was a shame.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
Okay then.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
Honestly, if this was real, Jamie would love this place. He would love it.
Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants. Let's take them.
Okay, so... Okay, and these are just tropical plants, nothing of interest.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
Right, let me have a look. Completed, first of all. Examine the placements on the colonial collection. Inspect Kew Gardens. See how she's totally to attract the sun from the laboratory. Right, look, they're concealing opioids. Set up an alkaloid. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Okay, right. That doesn't connect with anything. Okay.
Perfect, Watson. We can begin our experiment.
Not yet. I want the opioids. I want to get it done. Should we just bring up... Right, there's something in here. I swear we do take some of the opium balls for some experiments. I could be wrong, though. We do come back. There is something here today. I swear there is, but this is why they're getting busted, basically. It'd be like Sherlock. If Sherlock Holmes had a camera, he'd just be there, like... He'd just stand outside this door, and he'd be like, Watson, is this thing on? And Watson would be like, yes, Sherlock, it's on. It's like, right. And it's like, hey, Inspector Lestrade, we found some damning evidence. We may have broken in. Well, you wouldn't mention that. We broke into this room, found some damning evidence. Here's some opium balls. Here's some this or this. He would just show them all. And then he'd end the tape like fumbling. He would just be terrible with tech. would he be terrible with tech? Oh, we're talking to him again. Great.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search? Sacrilege.
Oh, really now? There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago, and we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green-fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet, you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
That makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. Right, let's go. He sounds like someone. John's watching. Can you just say something?
Follow my path, and better you will fear. Follow my path, and better you will fear.
Who does he sound like? Who voices him? Actually, that's a better question to ask. Who voices him? What is his name? Right, so... Divine Syndicate Person Sherlock. I want the name of him. What's his name? Oh, it'd be on the criminal profiles one. Where's the profile? Right, okay. Here we are. The Green Grand Biscuit. Okay, so there's one on Everton. Might as well have a look. Right, I think hold on. Who voices? Honestly, I do want to get into... Who voices him? You can't find it whatsoever. I swear, like, I think he reminds me of someone from the anime. And I'm well trying to think of who it is. And it's really peeing me off that I can't find him. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto YouTube. Because I think I know who it might be. Like, no joke. He does sound like Yoda, so it could just be that. I swear it's something. There's someone I've watched, so I'm gonna research into it later. So yeah, I'll reveal it to you on my next stream. guess that's just the thing I can do. I know the case after this is quite short, so I might stream again after this. Setting it onto Ace Attorney next week.
This green grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. What should we do next, Holmes?
And yet, what the hell are you doing, Watson? Oh my god, he studied it and decided I want to try it out for myself. He has studied the ways and was like, I'm going to do this for myself, to be one with my soul. Oh my god, that just reminded me of The Soup, right? There's a thing our singing teacher did with us, and it was where it's not karate, but it's along the lines of it. I've forgotten the exact name of which part of it is. But it's a specific move. I'll ask my instructor for it. But still, like,
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
Oh, it's like, if you're very optimistic about dinner, put on the gas mask, because you might die. You don't want to lose them. No. Okay, so you can take them and place them and swap them. Right, so you can swap them. Okay, what are you? Good with the alkaloid. What if we pour you? Okay, so what do you do?
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid. This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid. This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
Okay. Oh, no. How do you put this down? Put it down. Oh, why?
This plant seems to have had no reaction from the caterpillars. It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more. I find the behavior of predators utterly fascinating.
Of course you do. Right, so... what if I put you there and I place a caterpillar on you?
How interesting. What a strong and effective defensive mechanism. I am interested in what might occur if the prickly plant should shoot at it.
Maybe that was correct how I had it though. Or maybe... my mum's coming for tea, I'll have to message her. Right, okay. So if I place that there... okay. Oh, no. Just thought about... right, okay, so maybe if I place that one...
This plant seems...
right, so no... oh. Put that back. Okay, so maybe if so it has to be... oh! Right, there's a pin. We can pin him.
no reaction. My word. It shot a spike at me after I stabbed it with a pin. I imagined that its reaction would be ferocious if I increased the strength of my attack. It appears to have fallen inactive after being disturbed.
Okay, so... oh, no. Put that back. Okay, so what if... Right, so what does
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid.
Okay. Oh, no. I need to put it back. I need to remember not to press B to put it back.
This plant seems to have had no reaction from...
And that one takes that, and that's... Oh, no, I want to put that one back. Okay.
toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
Oh, it has been attacked. Brilliant. So that's how you could set it up then.
The plants would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Okay, so we have done that. Let's have a look at projections. Okay, so deadly position. Deadly plant stolen. Defense. Missing. Deadly plants. The Divine Syndicate left the plants at Kew Garden. Nope. I don't think they're involved with the killing. It doesn't seem right. Albert is not very good at botany. I'm gonna put that because, you know, I don't think it's Albert. Deadly position. The knowledge Miss White acquired from the university may not mean I didn't know. It's right at the plan. I reckon she didn't. I generally reckon she didn't. I don't think it was her. Deadly plant stolen. Sex stole everything. Divine Syndicate stole the plants. I'll put the deadly plants. I don't know. Generally, because it could be. It would have been a partial though. That's the big one. Okay, so let's go. Right, so let's go to Kew Gardens. This is almost over, by the way. So we have been streaming for 2.5 hours. Brilliant. Thing is, I post these up onto YouTube and like people watch them partially. I generally don't mind that. If they want to watch it partially, I don't care. I put mine up on YouTube so I can save them. It just, yeah. Ace Attorney will have a lot more commentary on it. I love Ace Attorney so much. Generally, I love this one so much, but I'm so interested in watching it. But obviously, Ace Attorney will have a lot more dialogue because I've got to read it out myself. Oh god. That was a massive stretch. Right, let's investigate the witnesses. Thank you.
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The Divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
The thing is, considering something that happens a bit later on within the plot. I don't want to accuse her because I love her so much. I don't think she'd do it. But it could have well been her. Miss White does have motive. Kind of. But then again, considering what Hamish has said, it's very unlikely. Right, let's get a timeline of the events.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house.
I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Thank you, miss.
Right, so we've got her testimony, now we just need to get Albert! Wherever he is. Oh wait, he's in the greenhouse. Come on, open. I haven't got all day. It might be the judge. I might be thinking of the judge. Right, wrong room. Wrong place. We are getting close to the scene, so obviously I don't think anyone's watching no one's watching right now, apart from me, because I've got to keep an eye on it. But if you're watching on YouTube, it is getting closer to the suicide bit. I do not know how many times I might fail it, so yeah, just letting you know now.
Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes. He came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh my god.
Tell me, have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
Right.
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
Sorry about that, I had to mute myself. Hi, Charlie.
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
Why do you think about all that? Yeah, Mum just came in because she wanted to know where I was. You know, why I hadn't come down and all that. She's a bit worried. So I know. She knows usually Sundays, Mondays, I do streams, so she does know that. Oh, wait, I need to investigate where the pipes go down. Yes, I do. Right, okay, well, let's go to the ventilator. So we'll put the caterpillars in place. So where does that go to? Good question. Okay, go to that because no. We'll go out here.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Right, because it's the pipes. That's why it's on. Alright. Right, I'm kind of thinking of that now. I believe, yep. So that goes that way, so we need to go this way. Let me out! Okay, so we need to go up this way. To find that pipe. Pipe. There's a way to go that way. Oh, but oh, yeah, he's gone home, hasn't he? Okay, right. So, there's the pipe. exactly does it lead? It leads into this room. Right here. Okay, and then that goes through here. Which goes through here. Which goes through here. Which goes all the way into here. Which ends all the way right there.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
Maybe somewhere else. But it does end there. That is the thing, it does end there. Which is suspicious. It ends in this room. Oh, no it doesn't. It all connects up to that garden. So, we need to find a place where you can actually see it first of all.
These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used.
Right, this is, I reckon it's Hamish's desk, I believe.
A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants. Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. This place serves as Albert's office.
There we go. Right, so no. But if we go here, we go over here. If I recall correctly, there was a perfect place to see the room. And it was right over here, where Hamish's desk
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
There you go. Perfect. Right. And then we need to go all the way down to that. You could literally watch the murder happen in place if they really wanted to. Right? Then you go... Is there any way to go to here? Right? And then...
Before starting the engine, I need to enable the power supply.
Okay, so I need to put the power on.
The power is on. The engine cannot be started whilst the transmission is active. The engine has started.
Oh, shoot. Right, I went off it. I've got to redo that again.
The power is... The engine has started. The power is on. The ventilation system is working.
Right, now let's go back to John. Let's follow this pipe back.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
Is there a pipe over at Hamish's one? I reckon the caterpillars are following them. Yeah, there is. One right here.
Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one.
Alright, perfect. Oh yeah. So I have to turn on that one. So I need to turn on the other one, which is back at Hamish's office. Not Hamish's, Albert. I'm just gonna say this though, if White has done any of this, there's obviously some other reason.
Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
I do reckon it's something to do with that though. If it's her, it has
It
to be the
works
money.
perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
Face attorney mind. There we go. Got the last one. Opportunity. Martin Hamish could be the killer. He had the opportunity of stealing Divine Syndicate's plants and stimulate them in front of his workplace directly after he'd locked more damage behind the Colonial Collection Room. But there is something else. I know there is something
Let's go to
else.
Scotland Yard.
No, it's not go to Scotland Yard first. Something else we need to do. I know exactly what it is, and we need that map. Question is, where is that map? Where's that map? There it is. There we go. There was something else we need to do because we didn't get those testimonies for nothing, baby. We did not. Find out kill, contact the shit. Nope, not yet. There's something else. John, where's the... What was it? Oh my god. Because you had to make like a timetable of events. Colonial Room, everything. She can't do it. Oh, yeah, you can have a look back through the testimonies if you do think of playing this game and you forget. Okay, let's just go to Scotland Yard. I know you have to do that though. That's the thing. I know you do. Because the thing is about this game, it is like a set path, but the decision you make afterwards, it's completely your path. You can choose how many of them. One more. Give me a moment, I'm going Baker Street. Thing is, right, considering time frame it hasn't actually been that long since I played this, but this bit it has been quite long because I remember leaving it for a while and then coming back to it and then finding the last case and being like, oh my god, it's over. Probably gonna end up crying. It might be something to do back at Baker Street though. There has to be. There's something else. I know that. I know there's something else. I think where does it? Still doing that.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
I do love the shadows. Oh, where is it? How do you do it? Oh Oh god, there's something. And it's to do with those testimonies.
A map of London and the surrounding...
Because my deductions. Yeah, that's how you get help. Oh my god, there's a ball. Yeah, you can move it around, by the way. That is one thing you can do. Thing is, if you have a look at it, it generally looks a bit like a brain. Do I need to make a deduction for it? No, I've got maths out. Do I have to do this bit for it? Is there anything? There's nothing that is. Let's just go to Scotland Yard and see if that'll flesh everything out. I know there's something, I know what it is. You had to write, because I got the testimonies, and you have to make timetable where everyone went and set up a map. It's something to do with it. Yeah, we're right away, thank you.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
It's never a clean ending. I know there's two things that happens, and one of them you have to make a timetable of events. Oh, I know that Albert isn't guilty. I'll check it in a second because I know there's two things that happens.
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
Holmes, my God!
Yes, we found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Yeah.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
Is that correct? Was it Hamish? I swear it was white. Right. Generally, do give me a moment. Because, right, this is a bit where I'm confused on, so I might be cheating here. But just allow it. Jen, I know, like, you might be like, it's cheating, but I'm so confused right now. Because I thought it was white. I genuinely thought it was white. It was white. So why's he done it? Kew Gardens drama. There we go. Right, so this was the plants, which we've already been. I don't know generally. Right, so we've done the ventilation system. Right, and then we do that, and then we got all that. No, I am correct. Okay, I am correct with that. Okay, so we do need to examine his body. Life has become a living hell. I find it unbearable. Dunn deserved to die, but I cannot forgive myself for having his blood upon my hands. We Hamishes seem to have always fallen victim to our circumstance, and I find myself to be no exception. I must atone, and I must do so. Here and now, farewell.
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case.
Okay, how's that the... Hamish at Delon, Matt Hamish name but when she's to two about that well we have an accomplice. Straight. Let's talk to Lestrade quietly. Where is Lestrade? John, move out the way. Lestrade, hi. Forgot you were there.
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
This is what I was talking about. Went to meet Albert in the Seed House. Albert, Martin Hamish, and Montague Dunn. Means Montague Dunn, Hamish. 9:30. And that's in green. It was around 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Montague Dunn. 20 minutes to 10 is 40. Miss Monaghan went out in the backyard. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommenced inspection and entered the dry topics room. Hamish returns to the Seed House. Mine Hamish had a conversation with Miss White. Date until 40. Until 10:40. Until 10:40 when she saw Hamish and Albert in the until 10:40. So that would have to come there, and that one have to go there. Join them there. Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he observed that Montgomery Dunn was unwell. Albert was in the Seed House. Oh. Hamish had a conversation. Miss White was in touch. Albert saw Miss Hamish. Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he observed that Montague Dunn was unwell, which was Albert was in the Seed House the entire morning. He observed Hamish returning 10 minutes past 10. Hamish ran to Albert, which was around 10:30. Right. Albert was in the seed house. Observe Amish returning and visiting Miss Wyatt. What? Go down. Right, so you can't go down. That should be correct. No, 50. Laboratory. Miss White was in the laboratory until this is a very tedious task. Right, so we talked to her. Until 10:40. Oh. Right, what? General. And it always stops at 10. So Martin Hamish, and Montgomery Dunn went to meet Albert in the seed house around 9:30. It was around 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Montgomery Dunn went out to the backyard. It was about 20 minutes to 10, so 40. Backyard. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommends his inspection, dry topics. Hamish returned to the seed house. Martin Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. Miss White was in the laboratory until there. Let's check that out now. Let's hope that's correct.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
There we go. Yeah, I knew there was that. I only know about timeline, the science timeline. My name is Sherlock. It's unlikely that White would have been. Matt and Hamish are not accomplices like that. Would have been. I don't reckon he. I think he's involved. Did I condemn or absolve all? Hi. Solving the emotional option. Oh my god, what the hell? Have I condemned them all? Give me a moment, let me see what I am. First of all, because I can have a look through my history, can't I? Oh, wrong one. Condemned cons. Oh. Condemn that one. Then justice, condemn. Arrest. Condemn. I've just condemned them all. Alright. Well, guess what? We're condemning. Yeah, there is another suicide thing. I do not think I'm getting the achievements.
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me, but she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop!
Yeah, right, this is like one thing I've got to do. And it loads.
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Oh, thank God.
Well done, Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
Let's check it, this choice. Right, we've stopped her from that. Yep. that's done. I'm not going to do this one now. I'll either do it later on because I do need a break. I might do it later on today. I might not. Give you a little bit of a peek though, let's be honest. I've got to upload this one to YouTube. Give me a moment. Because obviously the game won't just like keep carrying on. It is a really good game, but it's like 9 hours to complete.
Where are you going?
Main menu, yes. So, might stream later on, might not, don't know yet. But it's me signing off. I hope everyone has a good day, good night, good evening, whatever time frame you're in. And yeah, bye, Froglet.